personal summer is really a bummer. I'm having a hot flash.
Menopause the Musical debuted in Australia, in Melbourne actually, in 2005. It was there for a 6-week season, but it went for just on 6 months. The show then went on tour to other capital cities for 5 years, can you believe? And it's been seen close by 1 million people here in Australia. It started in America in 2001. It's been seen there by 11 million. It's coming back to town. It's full of laughs. There's 6 new songs. And one of the cast members, well known to all of us for her stage, screen, television work, all of those roles. Carolyn Gilmer's on the line right now to have a chat to us. Hello. I've got you, darling. How are you?
Darling's good, thank you. How's Darling at your end?
Darling at my end is fine too. Yeah, I haven't talked to you for years.
Yes, indeed. It's been a while.
It was the old 3AK days when I last interviewed you.
Yes?
Yeah.
My goodness me. Good memory.
That was some time ago, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Don't ask me of the show, but I know hubby was involved in it too. I'm just trying to think now. Goodness, it must be 25 years ago.
It's probably 9, the musical 9 about Federico Fellini.
Yes, would have been.
Okay.
Yep, would have been. So, well, we've got the menopause, have we?
Oh, now, listen, have I got it? Should I have it? Am I admitting to it? I'm in denial, Lee, totally.
Carolyn, this is going to be a great show. I haven't, look, I've got to be honest, I haven't seen this. I've had it on my list to do for years when it's been out. Then it stopped, it went, and I never get to see it. I'm coming to the Athenaeum. I'm going to come and see it on opening night. So Brilliant. I can't wait to see how funny this is. What's it like doing the rehearsals for it?
Doing the rehearsals is exacting. It's one thing to be in the sort of triple threat zone as musicals are, where you have to sing, dance and act. And it's another thing to be getting a little older and having to do the triple threat. So it's a hoot, actually. It's like the 4 of us laugh our heads off at each other. But once you've mastered it, like any sporting, when you go into training, that's what rehearsals are. Well, we've opened the show already in Brisbane and had a marvellous season there. And what happens is, it's like Dr. Theatre. You actually go to work and you feel better for having performed to the public. And they, too, are grateful that you've enlightened them on this subject matter.
How much ad-libbing goes on through this? Because I could imagine that with all the fun you must have on stage, that you might depart from the line slightly.
Well, it's true. It's certainly loose enough for that to happen, but it is a book show, and so we do have to stick within the confines. It's 90 minutes, and it's got no interval, and so to say to you that we try to stick pretty exacting to that because of the fact that if we ad-libbed, we'd probably be there laughing about the subject matter for another half hour.
Yeah, I reckon you might be. The story's basically about 4 women, isn't it, who meet in a lingerie sale and discover they've got something in common, or a few things in common.
Well, they start arguing over the sale, and they behave badly in this department store. And the 4 of them are absolutely shocked at their behaviour, but they've got that kind of irritable, I don't know, retail therapy isn't called retail therapy for nothing, but women do feel the need to go out and sort of just cut the day off and immerse themselves in shopping. And the worst comes out in them as they're grabbing for these bargains. And through that, they discover that they're all of a similar age and they're all kind of a little bit antsy and haven't liked the changes that are happening to them. And they start sharing the experience, and then they start laughing.
I've got the media release here, which is interesting. It includes memory loss, night sweats, hot flushes, too much sex, not enough sex, and much more. So it's got everything, hasn't it? Absolutely.
Well, that's right. Well, your body's changing, and so you are mourning the loss of your former life, and being dragged into your new life, and without the companionship of other people. Shared experience is a wonderful form of theatre, and it's a wonderful way to live your life, which is what a community is all about. So that's right. It's very funny, and it is about laughing at it, but it's also like just airing it. you know.
This is very different for you to be playing this compared to Underbelly, where you play Judy Moran.
Yeah, it's very, very different.
So different.
Poor Judy's had a bit of a problem since...
not since you played the part, I hope. No. What did you do to her? What did you do?
No, she came to see menopause, would you believe?
Oh, did she?
Yes, she...
You gave her a tablet, of course.
When I was cast in the role, she wanted to meet me, and the producers at Channel 9 lawyers didn't want that to happen because there weren't very many of the characters from Underbelly still with us, and so those that were alive were very keen to make sure they were represented in a certain way. So the Channel 9 lawyers didn't want that to happen, and so she found out that I was in the show, and the producers, my producers of this show, were kind enough to give her some access to the theatre that was a bit more discreet, and she came and saw the show and sent me the biggest bunch of wild roses backstage I have ever had the pleasure of receiving.
Isn't that nice?
So she was really charming to me, yes.
Absolutely beautiful story. Really, really is. I can't wait to see it. It's opening very, very soon in town. Just trying to look for the dates. They're 13th of July, isn't it?
Correct.
Yeah, at the Athenaeum Theatre. Good space too. Lovely theatre in Collins Street. One of our beauties we've kept intact, which is nice. So we'll look forward to seeing you there. Menopause the musical, Women on Fire. So guys, if you go along with the ladies, watch it, because you never know what might happen.
Oh, yes, the husbands need to know.
Yeah.
I say this all the time, and there's no point waking up beside somebody in bed and you don't. She's a complete stranger, and you want to trade her in.
Yeah, but if you got a bit of memory loss, you might knock him on the bloody head with a hammer or something. You might forget who he is. Might happen to Tony. You never know.
That's true. That's true. Well, that's what ahead. If anybody decides to trade you in for a younger model, you just tell them that if they trade you in on a 25-year-old model,
yes,
in another 20 years when you're actually, the husband's 70, the wife's going to be going through it all again. So they'll go through double menopause.
Carolyn Gilmer, it's been great to talk to you. I can't wait to see the show. We'll be there on Wednesday the 13th. I'll try and get backstage and say hello to you. But thank you for your time today. It's been a delight to catch up again with you after so many years. And all the best to everyone, the family too. And you take care. See you on the night.
Thank you,
okay.
Lee.
Thanks, Carolyn.
Bye
Bye-bye.
now.
I'm having a hot flash, tropical